Cottonwood Pond. There's the inlet back there. This is the main pond under the root ball. And here's the overflow. It goes down the seep, zigzags around a bit. And then over this little bark ledge here and down into the creek. That is the very rotten log that goes over the creek, which if you walk on it, it's very squishy. And this is the isthmus. The water, there's the little pond, really filling up today, and the water overflows into the main pond right there. This is the two-trunk white ash. If the water's even going way over here, there's a temporary creek where water, when there's a lot of rain, it seeps down and ends up down here in Little Pond, which is almost as big as the regular pond today. So it's really squishy here. And then under the trunk, there's the root ball and the fallen trunk. You can see the water's coming in from the other side. So we'll go to the other side to see that. But this is a whole messy, marshy kind of area in here where water comes in. Okay. Over the seep. And here's the creek that goes under the very rotten log. And there is the barkless log. You can see the creek coming down, going under that, winding under it. Going along, really moving today under the very rotten log, and there's where it comes out of the seep, and on down through all that, all those fallen trees, on, and it gets bigger and deeper as it gets farther over there. And here's where the very rotten log ends up under the barkless log. It's extremely rotten there. This is the young ash, and there is the bent blue beech, mostly dead now, but there's lots of young growth coming from it. And here's our root ball. And there's mud pile number 1 with some plants growing on it now. And mud pile number 2 over in that little corner there. And here's the cove where water goes between the main pond and the little pond. And that has developed over the past year. The inlet, we're going to go over the barkless log now. Now this is one whole very marshy area. It stays wet all the time, but it's especially saturated right now. And over there is where the monkey flowers grow. And you can see that there's a temporary creek that comes from way up there and comes pouring down into this area. A whole lot of it comes down and goes right through the inlet into Cottonwood Pond. It's really heavy today. Usually it's just, one little area, but this is the rest of the very rotten log right there. We will squish our way through here. And over here is where part of the temporary creek comes. Oh, by the way, there are young monkey flower plants here. Those little green shoots are the monkey flowers. There's the temporary creek with that ball that came floating down from way upstream. Now you can see where it flows through and under the cottonwood trunk. We're going to look over here where it goes under the cottonwood trunk into Little Pond. And here it is accumulating at the base of the trunk near the root ball. And that is the other side of the cove right there, where the water goes in and out between the main pond and Little Pond. And here is the top of the root ball, where most of the plants grow, because that's where they originally grew, of course, when that was the top of the soil before the tree fell. And we also get a bunch of mushrooms on there. There's some coming up right here. Isn't that cool? Aren't they pretty? Look at that. Look at that. They kind of look like little candies dipped in sugar, I think. I don't know what kind they are, but they're really pretty. And then over here is the elderberry grove. And you can see that there are lots of new leaves coming out on the elderberry. And this is how we know the elderberry, these tan-colored stems with these lenticels in them. Little plate dots called lenticels. So that is the circular tour of Cottonwood Pond. There's also a bunch of box elder, young box elder trees. Oh, let's go under here and let's look up the trunk. And there you can see where the top of it got lodged in the crotch of a two-trunk red oak tree. And it's really lodged in there, so it's there to stay. And growing along this trunk are these mushrooms here. They're coming back to life in the rain today. There's a whole bunch more way up there. If you can see them right about there. I still don't know what kind they are. I need to learn more about mushrooms. And then we'll go under the trunk, back over to Little Pond here. And this is the fallen thing that always has a bazillion turkey tail mushrooms on it. Really pretty. They're waking up too today, so it's really nice. Look at these. Aren't those gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? They are so pretty. Look at that. Just beautiful. Here's a nearby cottonwood tree that had come apart, dropped to bark all over the ground. Lots of it. It'll take a long time to rot. Here we are in this swampy area by Little Pond. Here's some nice lichen here. Really pretty. I don't know if that's coming in right. So, it's our circular tour of Cottonwood Pond. And here's a sapling of spice bush that a friend gave me and that I planted here, and I think it's alive. I hope. I really want it to take. They like their feet wet, so thought I'd try it there. And here we are at the two-trunk white ash and the isthmus and the root ball on the other side. This little tree, whatever kind it is, it's got fungus running up and down it. Interesting. First time I noticed that. Okay, and I'm going to head back up this hill because I've got to get ready to go to town.